Peace. Put up one if y'all can hear me. Peace, love, and light. Repost the love for me, please. I am on the clock. I am bored. So I said, let me just go ahead and, go live. See what the people talking about. I didn't see much going on today. How y'all doing? Send your heart me. Repost it for me. Add it to your story. Please. Let's see. So I saw something interesting. And I want to talk about it. Let's send it out. Thank you for sharing. Hey, Walila. Let's see if I can share it. And see what's going on. I didn't see too much going on. It ain't nothing interesting. I was looking. I ain't see too much. So let me see. So let me see if I could pull up the thing. Was it this? Yeah, it was this. Let's see. Yes, that's what we like to hear, Walila. Genealogy is the order of the day. That's what we like to hear. And you know that we are available if you need help. There's several people within the community who are available that can assist with genealogy. But it's not something that's like a quick 1-2 get it done. No, this is it's a journey. It's a journey. It's something that you do have to be committed to. Because the goal is to go back as far as possible. And so, a lot of people, which costs a lot of money to kind of do that, which I'm sure there are some people who can, but the reality is it's something that you have to do on your own because it's going to definitely take dedication. And why spend all that money? Take yourself on that journey. It's a beautiful journey, and it's something that's going to take a good amount of time. Let's see. We do have a guest. I am at work. Let me just remind everybody.
Oh shit! I'm not trying to come up here. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. Yeah. So I'm at work now. In between, I just thought this was interesting. I saw the president made a speech, and people were kind of pointing out the fact that he said American-born citizens. So we are adjusting our speech around citizenship, and we do know that he is working on ending it. Oh, hey, Fatty Boo. I know that he's working on ending it, so I just thought that was interesting. I do have another one too. Let's see how this one does. If I can find it. This one. I think this might be the one. Peace, Fatty. How's it going today? Did you get the kids out?
Huh?
I said, did you get the kids out for school?
Yeah, I take them out earlier.
Oh, what time do they leave for school?
I'll be out the house with them somewhere between like 6:45, 7:15,
Okay.
7. If we run late, 7:30.
Oh, shit, 7:30.
Cause little Miss Diva, she make us late every day.
Good. Okay. She gotta get a little barrettes and her little lip gloss and stuff. You know how they. Girl. Oh my God. So I'm going down the rabbit hole. I also saw something about the peace sign. So you said little diva. It reminds me of my days, as a little diva. And I loved me some Lisa Frank. And
Oh, she did wrong Lisa Frank for me, don't you, girl?
well, it's not necessarily her, but I think that we do have to be aware. So mainly what I want to focus on is all right, hold on one second, y'all. One second. Okay. Thank you for waiting. I'm back. I'm back. So more than anything, let me see if I can get it up because I wanted to kind of focus on the peace sign. And Lisa Frank is good for the peace sign, right? You're gonna see that, and it looks really cute and juicy and colorful. But basically, what they were saying about the peace sign is that it's inverted. Right, so I'm going down the rabbit hole, and of course they're talking about everybody who is, connected, however small and minute, insignificant it may be, they are still connected. And so, essentially, this peace sign is inverted, so it represents the tree of life flipped upside down, and then the circle is representative of the firmament, right? So the tree, you see those big trees, and they say that the trees are mountains and things like that, right? And so essentially they cut the trees down so that we have less I guess more dense atmosphere, lesser quality of oxygen, right? So they always talk about that tree. Even they talked about it in what was it, Avatar, and it was this great tree, right? And it was so big. So essentially that's what was going on here. The trees were so big that it was producing a certain type of oxygen that was allowing us to live longer, right? So the way our frequency and the way we vibrate, especially within on this land, but within the realm in general, the vibration of the realm was much higher, and it was due to that, right? So it's always about the soil, it's always about the earth, it's always, when we talk about springing from the soil, that's essentially what we're talking about, and the fact that we are connected to the land. So these people went to work cutting down the trees, and then the firmament went over it, right? So then it keeps us in this dense energy. So that's essentially what this peace sign means. Yeah. So I thought that was interesting, and it's something that we should know. Now, I don't know. We don't use this one. Of course, we use the two fingers, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah. But anyway, the topic for today, I think we'll go with this one. Hey, CR, let's see. I've read them cutting them is why the world flooded. Multiple trees, yes. And basically the trees are like the mountains. The mountains that we see now are the trees. Now, who actually cut them down? We're not going to say these people that we're dealing with right now did it. But I think it's the people that they're attempting to, whether deities or entities or whatever, they're attempting to resurrect. So as crazy as it sounds, they are obsessed with Gilgamesh. And he is the one who they're really trying to, resurrect. And that's what they're down there doing. But I will say that we're not going to talk about that today. I just wanted to point that out, about the peace sign, because I think that's important. It's about symbolism. And a lot of stuff is done mainly just to plant the seed. And then they can kind of bring it forth, on their own. Hey, Walela, did you mean to come up?
Yeah, I just wanted to relate to what you were saying about the trees because um, I used to live in California, but now live in Arizona, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my parents, younger, used to send me to Arizona. there used to be so many eucalyptus trees for the air, the environment, and they have cut all of those down,
Yeah.
all of them.
Yep. I feel bad for the people because I think that we don't realize what's happening, and they could just say anything. They could really say anything that they're doing, and what are we going to do? But I think it's important for most of us to realize that these people are not real. They're not real. So that's why they walk around like that. Nobody's responding. We're waiting for what? Clones to respond. Nobody's going to respond, the way we are expecting. But when they run around doing this stuff, it has consequences that essentially it may not be immediate, but eventually. CR said, I've also read that those mountains are petrified giants and dragons. And that's what I'm saying. I think it's a mixture of all of it. It's all of it. Right? Because we know. Go ahead.
My bad. I was just gonna add in. I've also heard something about that the pink Himalayan salt comes from those petrified beings. That's where they're getting the pink salt from.
Hmm.
That's what gives it its color.
It looks like it. I mean, it looks like flesh. And I even saw with some of those statues, they were saying that it was supposed to be solid marble, but the arm fell off and it looks like a bone in there. So, trying to figure what that is. It's just so much going on. But, yeah, Pan-Africanism. How do we benefit from immigration and unifying? Because that's the main thing now. Nobody wanted to unify before until we began delineating. Everybody been delineating from us. But now we're delineating and everybody wants to unify. But I think that it's time for us. America is a business and that's how we need to start looking at it. And even down to our energy, our attention, our essence, all of that is currency and we need to use it as such. So what the F are we getting from the unity? What do we get out of it? Right? Because I see so many people in the streets talking about, what happened with ICE and this happened, that happened, and call ICE and waste their time. And it's black people. Now, I'm coming to the conclusion that these quote unquote black people are not essentially black American. Those are the ones who are really stomping for immigration like that. So we know what they're getting out of it. And people who might have babies with immigrants or maybe, married to them, and it's no shade and, nothing like that. I'm just saying that that's really what it is. Those are the people who are benefiting. But what about the rest of us? Hey, Papu. What about the rest of us? So, yeah, Pan-Africanism as well. To me, they try to act like it's something that's going on everywhere, but it's not. It's going on here. It started here, and it's directed towards the people here. But what we have to remember is that we got to redirect them back to all of the EBAs who are all over the fucking world. That is your diaspora, and that is who Pan-Africanism needs to be directed to. Not to people who aren't even African. So yeah, that's where I'm at with it today, y'all. Thank you so much for the heart me. Thank you, Grand Rising, y'all. Just here. We at work, so if anybody want to come up, pretty much open. Feel free to do so.
I would like them to answer that question though of how do we benefit from immigration and unity? Like, because I've asked that question, I have yet to get anybody to answer that question. Like, what do we get out of it? How does it benefit us?
We don't. We don't. So
I haven't seen it yet.
you want to clap? Yeah. Hey, Meta. Feel free to come on up if y'all want to. I know y'all at work. We could be at work together. It's fine. I got another prompt too about President Trump referring to American citizens as American born. So I'll probably go back and forth between them. Where we at? Let's see if I can find the shit. Here you go. And I found that interesting. Why make that distinction? I like to know if the immigrants are paying attention. Are you making some type of plans? Are we being proactive about what's happening here in this country? Because I realized you all don't want to talk about the Epstein files, and that's fine. But eventually we get to the point where people will have to talk about it. And I think that a lot of people are choosing to ignore it until we start to shame them, right? Because if you're not upset about it, then that means that you're down with it, right? You're okay with it. And this is what I was saying too. I want to make this very clear because you're going to see a lot of people making these daggone videos about how appalled they are, right? And that's all they're going to do. But the reality is a lot of acting is getting ready to come. A lot of people are pretending like they don't want to hear it. They're pretending that it's not real. And then eventually when it comes out and they can't ignore it anymore, they'll pretend to be outraged, all the while having secret connections and dealings. Now, this is the time for white tea people. I'm not saying in any way that we need to get up and do anything. Absolutely not. White tea people to the front. That it's on you guys to get up and do something. Otherwise, I feel like you all are with them. Now, as far as I'm concerned, until white tea people can tell me that they've done something about this, they feel some way about this, and they're going out to do, I want to see mobs of whiteness, pink mobs in the fucking streets. That's what I want to see. Not us. These are your fucking people. They brought you here, and you're connected to them. You all know groups of people and different groups, societies. You all are connected in some way or another. You may not be getting the benefits, but you're connected. So it's up for them to do something about it, or they can just unalive each other. I don't really give a damn, to be quite honest. But that is who was going to do something about this shit, not us. But I want y'all to keep your head on a swivel because I've been sending y'all stuff in the background. Y'all been getting the videos I've been sending because I, as a therapist, I'm looking at it psychologically. They are starting to realize who and what they are. See, this whole push for us all to be the same in the Bible and one nation under God indivisible, all of that is a play for us to be integrated and them to pretend to be us. There is a tricking of God that's trying to happen here. The reality is they are slowly waking up to what the fuck they are. And you need to keep your head on a swivel. Go ahead.
No, I'm just agreeing. Preach. I said the same thing. They want this. They want this civil WAR so bad. It's like, have it with each other. We're not joining in. We got nothing to do with this. Y'all did this. Y'all made this mess. This is your bed you made. Now lie in it. Even when it comes to some of the immigrants that say certain things, oh, we need to all unite. No, we don't. And I say this because, our people are always stretching out our hand for others. We've been doing it for unity, for togetherness, for equality. We've been the only people fighting for equality in this country non-stop the entire time. And, my main thing, is the fact that nobody else wanted it. Y'all all chose the side of whiteness. Like, and even when it comes to the worshiping, like I told somebody this the other day, even when they was talking about but we kept our spiritual practices, y'all didn't, all this other stuff. It's like, we didn't lose all of our spiritual practices. I told them, I said, I noticed I had to really sit back and pay attention. There's a reason why Black church don't look like YT church. Well, I'm not going to say all, but most don't look like YT church. It ain't the same. They were able to hide their spiritual practices, do their spiritual practices in plain sight. In plain sight. But beyond that, people need to understand we don't have the same creator as them. We're not the same. We've never been the same. And this whole, unity is just a ploy. Y'all are asking us to save y'all. When I hear, let's unite, I hear y'all are asking us to save y'all because y'all don't know what's coming. Y'all don't know what to do. Y'all are scared. Y'all are scared. And y'all want us to guide y'all in how to maneuver when it comes to fighting the evil of this country because y'all have never experienced the evil of this country. Y'all always throw in our face about how, where we come from, it's mostly only our people there. We see our people all the time. Okay, you should have listened when Trump told y'all to go back. Go back to your country with your people. Y'all don't know nothing about here in these y'all don't know nothing about this. I kept telling people that. If they pay attention to colonization and what happened, We got a special breed of colonizers that everybody else didn't get. Like, I don't think people really, paid attention to the atrocities that were done here. And now that some of them are starting to realize, oh my God, that it's not only were they really doing these things and Black people wasn't exaggerating, but they never stopped. They were comfortable telling people, oh, you shouldn't get reparations because nobody's doing that no more because they thought they stopped. And we kept telling them they never stopped. They never stopped. Oh, you can go ahead and use it. Go ahead, use it. You want to add to the conversation?
I think the issue is you guys don't really understand. Yeah, I'm addressing. You guys don't really understand what Pan-Africanism is at all, like, because
How don't we understand it?
You have a lack of education.
Hold on, wait. See, off break. You're coming up here. Hold on. You're saying we have a lack of education when everybody from everywhere comes here for education.
When it comes to
we were the only ones. We were the main ones for the past 100 years. Our people was the ones who was promoting Pan-Africanism. Yet we are uneducated about Pan-Africanism. That's what you're gonna come up here and boldly say. When we didn't see because y'all wasn't promoting no Pan-Africanism. Where was y'all Pan-African movement at? Please tell us, the uneducated people that was Pan-African for a very long time.
Repost the live for me, y'all. Repost and add to your story. Tap to 10K for me. Appreciate you. User, where you from, please?
The goal. Yeah, I'm from Ghana, but I'm from the UK.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, the goal of it is for every
phone breaking up.
Economic power. Hold on. Yeah, to create economic power and for us to
economic power where? Economic power where?
Economically and politically all over the world.
Okay. So when did Ghana, you said you're from Ghana, so when did Ghana do any movements to reach that goal of Pan-Africanism? When did y'all do Pan-African movements in Africa? When did Ghana do their Pan-African movements? Because it starts at home. It starts at home. So where is Ghana's Pan-African movements to unite the continent of Africa?
Right now, okay, but I'm explaining to you, the African Union is an example of a Pan-Africanism system. It's the only continent in the world that are able to unite under one block. There is no other continent. Europe doesn't have a whole European Union that every. So
why are they still at war with each other then?
But obviously, it's still at its infancy. Things takes time, right? But there is a lot of progress has been made with African.
But the African Union has nothing to do with uniting as one nation. It's literally just a temporary truce between all the countries of Africa so they could try to get reparations that they don't qualify for.
You guys don't. That's what I'm saying. Have you even Googled what it does? That's one.
Yes, we know. We know what it does. Y'all make the assumption that we're stupid and that we don't read. Y'all make that assumption.
There is loads. Let me give you the project.
I've read it. I don't need your breakdown of it. I have read it thoroughly. I've also looked up our government. I looked up our government. Our government tried to also add the African Union here and tried to force that on us here in America. I have read it. We have all read it.
Okay, so let me give you an example. African Union created something called PAPS. So it's a system where we're not going to rely on the US dollar anymore. So us and the Caribbean, both of them are signed treaties for us to be able to trade with that. African Union 2021.
Wait, I thought you said you're from Ghana. You're in the Caribbean?
No, but that's what I'm saying. It's a political blocks to unite the diaspora and Africa.
Why are they? Why? No, this is the thing y'all need to understand, and this is why we be like, y'all, oh my God, I swear. Y'all need to wake up. Y'all need to wake up. Y'all complain about the corruptness of your leaders, and yet y'all still don't see the corruptness of your leaders. Why now all of a sudden are the leaders of Africa trying to unite and to get all
So
of
we
this.
can be better positioned tomorrow. What kind of dumb
my
question is
God.
that?
Oh my God. Okay.
Like, the reason it's happening now, not in the past, because in the past we went through a lot of issues. It's only now that Africa is starting to heal and having space to do what they
Okay.
want to do.
Meg, hey Meg,
So
hey
anyways, let me finish
Magnificent.
what I was saying.
Hey
So
Magnificent.
there's an
Peace.
agenda, it's called Agenda 2065, where it wants to reduce poverty in Africa, increase education, and work with the diaspora economic blocks to increase. So that means promoting African and Black history across the continent. So they basically, what Africa, the African Union is trying to replicate is what the West has done. That's it. The West will all work together. The West always promote their own shit. Africa's trying to do the same thing. What is wrong with that?
I don't have a
All
problem
right,
with that.
grand rising and peace and abundance, ladies.
Peace, Meg.
Grand
I just
Rising
want,
Mag, peace. Thanks for joining. How you
man,
doing?
I feel magnificent.
Awesome.
Y'all know y'all invited me up right on time because some of these guys, they just really just love to hear themselves talk. He did all that talking just to turn around and say that they're trying to do the same thing as Americans. So first of all, that's buffoonery and an oxymoron. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell us that we're doing worse than y'all and y'all trying to do exactly what we did. Then another thing, like y'all gotta get y'all's language together and all of that because y'all still don't even speak clearly. You know what I'm saying? Y'all language is still slick, sound like animals. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't speak clearly. Y'all don't have the most profound languages. These are not trade languages that you guys are using. Furthermore, that little thing that you keep talking about where everybody is uniting, we don't want to unite under one world order like what you guys are like basically setting up over there, like saying that everybody is united and all that. We don't want to unite with everyone. We don't.
We
So
absolutely don't. We didn't invite anybody. You can't come to someone's country and force them to
Which
use.
is fine. But you know what's
We didn't invite nobody
hold
over
on.
here.
Let me tell you the reality in the world, right? Your countries, America, the West, is declining. Population and economic and wealth, they're gonna decline. The next 30 years is the end of these people you guys worship, right? But what's happening is the other way around. Africa economy is rising. It's been rising the past 20 years, right? Our population is increasing by the end of the century. 40% of all humans will be in Africa. It will have the largest workforce humanity has ever seen.
y'all
Even
supposed to
Europeans had
because
a
y'all are
point.
Slavs.
Let
Y'all
me
supposed
finish.
to. No,
Thank y'all for
you
tapping the
shouldn't be able
screen.
to.
Even
You
Take
shouldn't
you
be
care.
able to
guys
sit and
Appreciate
say
it.
don't
that.
include in this. You're just gonna isolate yourself. That's it. It don't matter. Do what you guys want to do.
No,
But what's
bro,
gonna
we
happen?
don't like
Africa and the
what we don't
Caribbean.
need is Africans to come over here and pretend to be educating us.
We know
Right.
the thing is we don't really care about the
Brother,
issue is
brother, listen to
yourself-centered.
me
You
for
think
a
the world
second,
is
bro.
override your
Listen to
country,
me for a
doesn't it?
second, brother. Listen to me for a second. I know you like to talk, but listen to me for a second. We'll never, ever, ever accept what you guys are saying as education. Not only are you guys not smarter or more intelligent than us, but all of the education you have comes from us. The type of business that I run, we provide used items that are gonna go to Africans. Like I watch people stack up 53-foot trailers full of bikes, refrigerators, and washing machines and dryers because you guys don't have many businesses and stuff like that over there. Don't try to pretend that you guys are like got so many businesses over there that you guys are thriving. You guys are lying
Alright,
straight through your teeth.
okay, that's
Y'all,
cool.
y'all still most of Africa is still set up like a third world country,
Peace,
okay?
Eileen.
And America
I'm not
doesn't
ready.
operate like that. So like we'll
Facts.
never
Let's keep it
listen to what
pushing.
you saying. We'll never ever listen to what you saying as if you
That's
can
fine. You
educate
don't
us.
have
You
to. We
can't
don't
educate
care.
us about anything.
That's fine. You're gonna be a
Facts.
stepdad. You're gonna be
He
working for
told
the
the truth.
outside. You don't matter. What's happening is this, yeah. The African economy, whether you want it or not, it's gonna rise. These are the
Peace,
facts.
honey.
It happened to Asia. What's happening to Asia is happening in Africa right now. Every single element Asia went through, Africa is going through it. Massive population, urbanization across the continent. You guys, what you guys gonna do? You're gonna be hating while the
Peace.
Caribbeans get wealthier. The Caribbean is gonna become the richest black area per capita.
Oh my God. They're gonna be what?
Just like with everybody else, Earth and Fadi, I bet he live in America.
You know it.
What angry, bro? It's
We
telling
have
you
a new
either way.
gift. New guest. You have an echo user. You on this thing?
So
It's a breeze. Thanks
I'm
for
just saying,
joining.
you guys, you can hate as much as you want, even in a cycle. Nobody cares.
User,
You
take us
hate in
off the
20,
speaker.
just give it 20 years.
Thank you, y'all. Thank you, Belle. Thank you, reincarnated. Take us off the speaker, user. Take us off the speaker. It's a breeze. Go ahead and unmute your mic. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
How you doing today?
I'm doing all right.
Oh, okay. Where you from? What's your
I'm from
ethnicity?
VA,
Okay. Black American?
of course.
All day long, huh? Well, these are just the people I want to talk to.
But I'm from,
So yeah, basically, if you want to address the prompt, but genealogy, spirituality, and out of Africa is also always on the table on this panel. But feel free to go ahead and answer the prompt.
I feel like we don't benefit from immigration, and there was never unity in America.
Mm-hmm.
At least not on their end. There was always a attempt of unity from our people, but all those movements fall flat on their face, and then we end up dealing with our own problems per usual.
Agreed.
So
And
is
then I
Pan
felt,
Africanism the tether version of All Lives Matter?
yeah, 110%. 110%.
That was the right answer.
And
That
then
was the right answer.
it's only Pan Africanism when they're in America. There's no Pan Africanism on the African continent. Everyone is broken down in tribes, not by
So
countries.
what is the African Union then?
Does that encompass all of Africa?
Africa even asked us if we wanted to join the African Union, or did they just throw us in there?
Are we even a part of this African Union? No, I don't think so.
They tried to add us to it. Yeah, they
They
made us the
tried.
sixth region of the African Union without our consent or knowledge.
Damn, what was this? This is recent?
Yeah, this was, when was this? 2024, 2025, we found out about it. But they did this way back in the early 2000s.
Created the law
In the
that
early,
people from South Africa can go to North any.
okay, user, that's not what we're talking about. We don't care about, travel. Y'all should have been able to travel in between countries in Africa anyway. That was stupid that they did that like that. But basically back in the early 2000s, they added us to the African Union and didn't tell us about it. And then recently, Congress tried to basically adopt the whole African Union thing and try to make like a committee of representative of Black people in Congress to be like the Black voices for the Black people in America. But it had a stipulation that it didn't matter your background. So you could be from Africa, you could be a Black person from anywhere. You didn't have to be a Black American, which I disagreed with, because we have all these other Black nations have plenty of representation in Congress. It's us who don't have the representation that we need in the government.
Agreed. I was about to say, user, what happened?
And then the people they elect, it be tethers, it be Sambos, everyone who goes against our movements. They go up there and talk crazy, and then the politicians applaud them, and they don't know they're being used. So there's never been no unity and everything. There shouldn't be. We
It
don't have to
doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be, bro, because this is the same. This is exactly another cultural assimilation type play. They need us to agree to the assimilation. That way, they can all group us as African Americans, and then they can tap into the money. Once we all agree to be African Americans, they can tap into the money.
We got a new guest, y'all. 1 second. Basic, thanks for joining.
Just in 25 years,
Can you give me a second, user, so I can introduce the new guest? Basic, you can unmute your mic.
Y'all doing? What's going on?
Hey, thanks for joining us. Which ethnicity before you get started?
Black American.
Awesome. All right. So, as kinfolk, how do we benefit from immigration and unity?
The only unity we benefit from is the unity of our own people. Not these people who come from other lands. Immigration, every single study that they've done on immigration shows that it always has a negative impact on the Black American community. You have a lot of people who come over, and what they call assimilation is really kind of it's erasure, to be honest with you, because they take it upon themselves to try to insert themselves in everything that has to do with Black Americans, down to the point where they are now identifying themselves by the title that was given to us as an ethnic group. So these people come over and they try to make everything about them. Black History Month, they try to call themselves African American. They try to make everything about them. Africans want to tell us that everything that we've done stems from Africa, even though you look at Africa and it's like, I mean, you know, if we're going to be honest, Africa is just not the place to be, even though they try to push that on our people. So I think this unity thing is a form of extortion. They want to extort our people of everything that we've accomplished here. At the same time, they want to minimize what we've done here. You know what I'm saying? So it's all disrespect, if you ask me.
Agreed. Agreed. Thank you so much for tapping the screen, family, my loves. I appreciate you so much. Did someone want to respond before we get to Mark? Mark, thank you for joining us. You can go ahead and unmute your mic.
Black American. I believe I understand the definition of the word so long. Trump, he did do executive order on all these nations to stop taking money from our piggy bank. So the whole African Unite, what do you call that? Wherever they went by, that is in the bud. That's not only including Africa, that's including parts of Europe and all these other places. They can no longer take taxpayer money to benefit them. So the whole African nation that we supposed to be part of the diaspora now is nipped in the bud.
Finally. Thankfully.
Look that up. I forgot the name of it, but if you research it, you can find that we are no longer entitled to be a part of another nation when we already have a nation here.
Facts. I mean, go ahead, user. Thank you for joining, Basic. I appreciate. Mark. I don't know why you dropped, but you can come back up. Go ahead. What you say?
Yeah, hold on.
Is your phone breaking up?
Laws of Black billionaires that go to Africa. Hold on.
Oh, Lord.
Sorry, it's just my earphones. Can you hear me, bro?
Yes, we can hear you, but you need to speak up a little bit. Can you speak a little louder? Y'all always whispering. Why y'all always whispering?
I'm at work, that's
they
why
trying to hide out from the damn wildebeest. Go ahead.
Because they in America.
Because I'm at work.
Okay. That's right. That's right. Go ahead.
I'm saying, yeah, what's going to happen? What's going to happen in the next 30 years? There's going to be loads of Black Americans that go back to Africa and create worldwide companies that's used all over the world. So Black billionaires that's going to come from Africa.
Black
the next
American?
30 years, the wealth in Africa is going to explode.
Why can't the wealth in Africa explode without our people going there?
Why do we have to go over there? That sounds crazy.
No,
y'all hear that?
It's not just you guys.
Share it out, y'all. Repost it.
What makes you think we're leaving our ancestral land?
Okay, let him finish. Let him finish. Go ahead, because you know he's whispering.
Not you. Yeah. It's not going to be you guys.
Yeah, it's y'all Africans that's over here. That's who y'all should be focusing on, the Africans that's over here. Absolutely. Go ahead.
Let me finish. No,
I'm gonna just say before you
let me
finish, I
finish what I'm
rebuke
saying. Not
that.
everybody is anti-African. That's Black American.
We know
Not
that.
everybody that's black, that anti-African is gonna be for you guys.
Sir,
There's
y'all
gonna
have
be loads
literally.
of exactly.
Okay,
So
we
I'm
get
saying
it.
there's
We
gonna be
get
people
it.
that are
We get it.
open.
We get it.
Let him talk. Let him talk, y'all. Let him talk because he's really the only African we got up here. So go ahead. But you got to spit it out, user. Like,
What's gonna happen
come
is
on.
we told you. The issue is we're telling you now. You guys don't believe. It'll be too late. When it happens, you guys be, oh, we should have listened, man. We were dumb. We were lied to. We were lied to. It's gonna happen whether you want it or not.
Sir. Oh my
It's either
God.
at least research what we're saying.
Research
Sir.
what?
He keeps talking about the
Research
African
what I'm
Union
saying.
like we don't know what the
The economic
African Union
growth. Just
is.
type in on your thing.
We hope Africa does well. We hope they
What?
get whatever they're supposed to get or whatever they're doing over there. You know, more power to them. But that got nothing to do with us.
But it
We
will
actually
benefit you.
warned y'all.
That's the
No,
issue. The
here's
issue is
here's the thing. We warned Africans. We told y'all that y'all need to hurry up and go back home to Africa, build up Africa,
You can come back
protect
up.
Africa, guard Africa, because they about to come over there because they got to get the F up out of here. And y'all did not listen. Y'all literally don't even realize how they've been backdooring y'all from every side, from
but we
South
know this.
America,
The issue
West
is we're not
Africa. They
involved.
already got North Africa on lock. North Africa is already locked down. Y'all don't see what they're about to do to y'all. Y'all keep, oh, we need to band together. Y'all need to worry about home first, just like we need to worry about home. We can't do
I
nothing
agree.
for y'all if we don't fix our home here. This is
And
our
vice versa. I
home.
agree. Listen, you know, a lot of your talking points, I agree. Like, you guys need to sort your own community. I agree. The same with us. But the thing is, you don't have to be anti each other to do that. To say I'm focusing on my own community doesn't mean I have to hate the other side. That's the issue.
We don't hate.
We don't hate anyone. So be
I'm not
careful
saying
with that
you.
word.
I'm not saying you guys, but a lot of you will say xenophobic things, which is not even based
It's
on
not
fact. Like a lot
xenophobic.
of,
It's only, this is the thing. The
That's
xenophobic
objective
word
anyway.
did not exist in y'all's vocabulary until after we started making a separation between us and y'all. Now all of a
I
sudden,
mean,
all of y'all have
tribalism
all of y'all a
is
miniature Webster's dictionary. You know,
tribalism
and y'all,
is
because literally,
xenophobia.
I never heard the word xenophobic until our people
Used
said it and we're
incorrectly. Like
delineating.
I've heard it used incorrectly more times than I care to mention. Nobody runs screaming away when you guys enter a room. When you enter our
Alright, I
chat, we
want
don't
you guys.
automatically get nervous and start having some
I want you
irrational fear of you that you're using it wrong. Okay, so stop.
Alright, I want you to picture this world.
Nobody's scared of no
This is the
tether.
future. I just want you to picture this world, right? A world where, let's just say, something happens to Black Americans in America, right? And you get, I don't know, a police does something racist or whatever, but Africa is no longer more like powerless. It can actually do something. Because you're part of the diaspora, it sees an automatic attack against these people. Let me finish what I'm saying, yeah? It sees an automatically attack against these people. So let's just say police in America did something to a Black American. And that means there's repercussion for America or the West for what they did. So that means, for example, they don't get special trade deals in terms of the resources. There are lawyers in Africa that will pay to support their family. So also, do you see what I mean? There's going to be so much benefit in the future because you're just African descent, whether you want it or not. The same way white people all over
Only
the
if you
world.
can finesse us into agreeing. We do not consent. They saying they can't hear you.
But rather you
need to speak
see
up.
with
Well, he's
power-
at work, Keisha.
Yeah, you see with the power, it doesn't matter if you consent or not. It forces his way on you. That's the truth. So whether you guys want it or not to be thing,
We
it will
rebuke
benefit
that
you.
and we do not consent.
It
We
don't matter.
rebuke
It will
it.
still benefit you in the future, whether
We
you want it or
rebuke
not.
Hey,
it.
hey, Earth,
Okay.
It will benefit you in the
Yeah.
future, whether you want it or not.
Earth, this
All right. Hold
guy.
on, user. 1 second. Let's get to the new guest. Go ahead, Mag.
I just want to use some common sense for a second. I'm pretty sure this guy's probably from the UK, but not only that, he's in America. That's why he can't speak up because there's too many Americans around him. And so you already know how it is. You
Yes.
know how it is. He can't say all that
I'm
stuff
at
out
work.
loud.
I'm at work. I'm at
Clock
work.
it, Mac. You better clock that T. Fire Blast, go ahead and unmute your mic for me. Thanks for joining us.
Them YT people, and there's probably some Black Americans over there too. So he don't want them hearing what they telling about ISIS and that.
Is that my mic? Let me mute up because I can't hear you that.
No, I'm saying he being real quiet because he at work. You know what I'm saying? Because I agree with the brother was saying, what the last brother was saying. Like ISIS on that ass, bruh. He don't want to say too much. He's scared right now. But I'm Fire Blast. I'm from Louisiana. I'm 35 years old, and I'm a Black American. I do identify as foundational Black American. I think that we don't benefit anything from unifying with these people. We have never needed these people since we've been on this land. In the entire time, we never sent letters or documents or anything over to asking for help from these people. And I think it's vice versa. I think us delineating from ourselves make them irrelevant, like even more. Because the only time that you see Africans identify as the term Black is when they in some type of trouble. Like if you remember that time when Russia invaded Ukraine, you had Africans who was trying to push their way up out of there and trying to go to Poland, right? And it was like, nah, sir, we need the women and children to go first. And it was like, oh, they leaving us on the train track because we are Black. No, bro. Like you a Nigerian. You're not Black. Like
But you have to understand, due to American media,
that
we
word
consider Black all over the world and we're seeing the
it means
same.
nothing.
Whether you
You
want
have
it or
to
not, that's the
identify
truth.
Black to means powerful. Because when people think about the term Black, they're thinking about Black Americans. Other than that, y'all irrelevant. Irrelevant. I literally watched a YouTube channel of a guy who was in Japan who was cosplaying as a Black American to date the Japanese women. As soon as the woman found out that he was Nigerian, she ended the relationship. She didn't want nothing to do with him. She thought he was a Black American. These people
Yeah, because
That's because what
that
you were
makes
saying.
perfect sense. We're the currency. Like it's
For
not
now,
African. That's the whole play to try to come over here, blend in with us, make us claim African, then step in front of us and take credit for everything. Absolutely not. Get your dusty foot. Don't make me get copper up in here. I got Ella who joined the panel.
You've gone into stock.
1 second,
Call
user.
customer left a voicemail, and you've sent that SMS. So she's.
Go ahead, Ella. Thank you for joining.
Grand Rising, everyone.
Grand Rising.
I have a question. I am Black American. My people are Aboriginal to this land, Mississippi Indians. I want to ask the gentleman that's speaking. So I'm from Los Angeles, California, right? I didn't grow up around a lot of diversity. I remember immigrants start migrating in the 80s and the 90s, right? And we welcomed immigrants into our communities. We patronized them when they were selling fruits on the side of the road. And once they start building up their communities, they locked us out of resources. Now, I have a question for you because what I'm just so baffled about is that for whatever reason, Black Americans are always held to the highest standards, right? Even with this Bad Bunny situation, because we didn't like the performance, people making all these shameful videos, right? Only towards Black Americans, right? When that has always been our culture, even if you look at things like the Apollo, if people weren't talented or we wasn't feeling their performance, we sent the Sandman out there to get them, right? But for whatever reason, you could be degenerate, you could do whatever, and because you're an immigrant, we supposed to overlook your degenerate behavior. Now you're talking about unity. Um, how do you feel about all these lawsuits in Los Angeles where these big companies is being sued for sabotaging Black people in the workforce, the racism that's been done to Black people in the workforce, and the politicians locking money out and redirecting money out of the Black communities into the Latino and Hispanic communities, and the ongoing racism from the neo-Nazi Latino police officers. Explain to me and tell me how you feel about that. And this is not even years ago. This is just recently. So how do you feel about that?
Which gentleman are you speaking to?
The
The
one,
user?
yes, the one that's whispering, the one that's the whisperer.
Yeah, so I didn't hear much of your literally listening real quick. I'm at work, you see, I can hear.
So what it is we are doing
Did you see what I
is
mean?
these mind a couple of weeks ago used to massive replacement.
Okay, he's at work, so that's what basically. But maybe you can just kind of sum it up a little bit.
Well, I just think it's funny now that we're the most anti racist people on the planet. For years, you guys have been allowed to verbally, mentally abuse us. And now that we are no longer standing up for people who is verbally and mentally abusing us, you not only verbally and mentally abuse us, you verbally and mentally abuse people in your own countries that look like you. And then you want us to unify with people who have slapped us in the face for at least the last past 30, 40 years. I'm just not understanding this. We're only given the same energy that you guys have given us. We're giving it
I
back
mean,
in
the issue
return.
is what you're saying. You think it's a one-way street where
It is a
the
one-way
thing, a
street,
lot of
sir.
immigrant, no, it's not. A lot
Yes,
of
it is.
African
I just
immigrants
I just
came.
explained to you. I just explained to you all the cases in Los Angeles in 2026 against the racism from the Latinos against the Black Americans. I just explained to you about the anti-blackness with the Latino police officers. I've also explained to you other things. The racism with the Asian community profiling us when we were patronizing their businesses. I live in New York right now. Every store I go to that's Latino, I never see a Black person working up in these stores. So why is it that now that we're saying enough is enough, your degenerate behavior, your criminal activities, as long as it's classified under African American, then we're cool. And we're not saying anything. But now we're saying no, everybody needs to
Okay,
be accountable for their own actions. We're the villains.
but you have to understand. I think the issue is you have to understand anti-blackness is everywhere. I
Okay,
think
so
you,
why are we the
look at
only
me
people
that
that's
like you
being
don't
called
like
out for it?
us. If you like us,
Why are we the only people being called out for
sorry.
anti-blackness? And when I agree with you, I agree with you. Anti-blacknism is everywhere. It's in Africa. It's in Latino countries. It's everywhere. So why are we the only group of people that's being called out for it when we have been the most patriotic people in welcoming other groups of people into our communities? Now, since we no longer want to be abused,
Well, okay,
we're wrong, right? We've even
I
had
listen.
Black
I completely
American
understand
people
why.
marrying other groups of people for their citizens, for their papers. This been going on for years.
That's why
And now we say enough is enough. We're the villains, but you don't want to call your own people out for their anti-blackness, their anti-Americanism.
Can I say something, goddess? Y'all, peace, everybody. Grand rising. What you doing, goddess?
Yes, I'm done. I'm just sick of the hypocrisy. I'm
You
just
know
sick
what it
of all
is,
of
Okay,
it.
I'm just gonna.
Please receive Grand Rising. Just give 1 second. Go ahead and tap, y'all. I need to get to 30K. Please repost the live for me, y'all. Let's get some people in here. Let's talk about this. Repost, add it to your story, and tap. Hey, Receipt, thanks for joining. Let's let him respond real quick.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I think you
Yeah,
want to respond.
please. And then thank you all for being here. Grand Rise. We at work, so just engage for me so we can stay on the FYP.
Go ahead. What's his name? You? User, did you want to respond? Oh, he gone.
Okay, he left. All right,
Or
user.
I'm gonna
He
drop
might come
down.
back though.
I'm gonna
Okay,
drop.
Ella.
I'm gonna drop down. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Ella.
I'm just tired of it. But thank you. I'm gonna drop down and listen, you guys.
Appreciate it. Thank you for joining. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, user. If you want to come back, feel free to come back up. That's fine. Go ahead. Receipt.
Okay, so how do we benefit from We don't.
Here you go.
Did you want to respond, user?
Absolutely, you don't.
More than 50 on the DMC.
Okay, he at work. Go ahead. He'll tap back in. Go ahead, receipt.
So the question is, how do we benefit from immigration and unity? We don't. We absolutely don't. There's no benefit in immigration and unity.
I agree.
Immigration, that part leads to, in so many words, an invasion. We get robbed. These people act in a ways of basically how we are supposed to be maneuvering around our own country, from state to state. Unity, there was never unity. Sorry, it's just historically true. I really thought back then it was a, skin color thing. Dark skin, white tea. Absolutely not. In this country, as we see from all of the melanated Americans that's been unalived, I don't see other cultures or people being done like this. I'm talking like from Sandra Bland to George. I mean, these people do not get done like us. These people actually get in positions of power when they come here. And I'm glad that it's being shown today. I've been talking about this for over 5 to 6 years. These people aren't really escaping the hardships in their countries because they can actually build. They all come together as a collective to basically rob us, period. These people act as companies. That's why when you look into the United States corporation, is being ran by all foreigners. Where's our positions in it? Our positions have been disenfranchised. It's crazy. It's more talking points that I could tap into, but I'm trying my hardest not to crash out.
Yeah, and I think that's a good point that you just made, because I brought that up yesterday in the live. We were talking about the Epstein thing, and a lot of tethers in general have a lot to say about, and they judge us based on our lack of participation in the government, our lack of social climbing, right? And I would say the government. I'll just leave it at that, right? Because they banned me 2 times yesterday, so I'm trying to be careful, but. In light of all of this coming out, I noticed that they're not talking about it, right? So we're too righteous. It was already said Epstein didn't want us on that island like that, which I do believe, though, that they do. Well, that's another thing. But that's the whole thing. We're not a part of the government like that. Those who are part of the government, butt dancers.
I'm going to tell you what it is and what I found out, right? During the emancipation, it's a deeper dive. The emancipation basically emancipated us from the custody of our parents, which means that we were emancipated, basically exit out of our heirs' will and our lands. When that happened, basically that left us as a big target. So these people who immigrated, invaded to our territories, they basically targeted the people who were the heirs of the land. They unalived us, freed us from our land to make our lands public lands or abandoned lands, and these people are operating out of it. Before immigration and all that, it was never, even as an adult, we were never supposed to be free from our bloodline or free from our inheritance. It was never known to be as such. When you understand that master at that particular time, and still to this day, meant father or grandfather. So the emancipation basically made our fathers and grandfathers a master and us a slave. When we enlisted into the militaries, that made us enslaved to that military. So this is the reason why these people get all this money, right? They have basically put us in positions to where we are paying for water. These people are in our neighborhoods organizing what needs to be in these neighborhoods, what needs to be out. These people have taken over territories, period. That's why you see places like Little Africa or Little Nigeria or some shit on our lands. They have been fighting us to have sovereign territories on our lands. All of the mines in the world are right here on this American soil. Over 88% of the workers on our mines are all immigrants. Diamond mines, gold mines, copper mines, iridium. Yes, we do have iridium, like they do in Haiti. Uranium, silver, oil, Texas tea. Like, bro, we've been getting robbed. And then the sad part about it is that these people know it. That's why they're so disrespectful towards us. You know what I'm saying? They have to say derogatory things to get us off of the thoughts that these people have been just robbing us. These people move into the areas and they've been picking our cotton and all of that, and they've been benefiting from it. So just imagine these people have unalived and pushed you off your land. Now you basically living in a congested project, or basically paying mortgage and stuff on land that's not in your name, while these people are extracting all the minerals and everything off of your lands and making you pay for it. This is diabolical. This is the reason why Trump went to grab the president of Venezuela, because he's been extracting the oil from Texas. We're not getting no oil from Venezuela. Venezuela is 1% production, meaning that that's all they got in their soil, 1% of what Texas have. Texas is the place that they have basically stole the oil from, and they've been holding it, over 300 million barrels of it. When y'all start looking into, when they say South Africa is the biggest producer of gold reserves, they are basically grabbing the gold deposits from California, Nevada. This is a whole Truman Show. I'm just glad it's getting exposed right now.
Yes, Truman Show indeed, girl. You better believe it. Like, you cooked, girl. Okay, you cooked.
Yes, y'all. I just got tired of I got tired of us. I'm like, what is we doing wrong? We steady getting unalived, unarmed at an alarming rate with no justice. You know what I'm saying? You got people like Ben Crump acting like he for us, all civil rights attorneys, you guys, back the Commonwealth. The Commonwealth is Canada. These people have literally been in our face, robbing the stew out of us. They unalived my fifth great grandfather for his properties and everything when he was the governor. You know what I'm saying? He was the state representative of his county. You know what I'm saying? Like, our ancestors were running all of this shit until they targeted them.
Can I be honest about something?
After he speak, I would like to piggyback off.
You know, the truth is, yeah, people only respect power. That's the truth. The reason they do this to us, it don't matter if you're from Africa or the Caribbean, they disrespect us, they kill our people, they do what, there's no repercussion for what their action. If they do anything to them, they only respect, they don't do anything back. You got the economic power, the military to do something back. That's how it works. That's why they don't fuck with the Russians. They can't do nothing to the Chinese. They respect economic and military power. Until The day we as a collective have that, they're never going to respect us. That's why people say into Africa rise, no black people we will suffer into Africa rise. Because there's no economic body to protect us as a whole. That's the issue.
It really is, though. But when you realize that these countries that you just mentioned all operate on this soil, there's a big gap on when we talk about we. Because
Thank you.
as
That's
far as
the
I'm
issue. The issue
concerned,
is we ain't the same.
you know, and you may not know this, sir, but the African, hold on, let
That's
me
the
just say
thing.
this.
You
You
can
may not know
you
this, right?
you see
Listen, you may not know
you
this.
guys talk about tribalism,
You may not know this,
but
right?
it's the same shit
No, it's not.
that
Listen to what
in
I'm saying.
Africa.
See, the difference is this.
Go on,
Y'all
I'm listening.
immigrate. Listen, y'all immigrate to, okay, so once you gained your independence, right? Which y'all started gaining your independence from 1945 even until recently, right? Y'all gain y'all independence and we gain your immigration in some city or town in one of our states. Okay? So they have you guys in a unincorporated or census designated territory on our land, right? They have y'all working in these mines, right? That's what it is. So we're actually not getting anything from you as a continent, meaning like an actual landmass. Your landmass is made up of 54 member states, now 55. Yeah, like in so many words, these are Pan-African countries. All African countries are Pan-African countries, which are the AU companies. This all started with the European marooning, okay? Basically, Europe, Asia, Africa is all companies on our soil. This is why we got sundown towns. This is why 90% of Utah we can't go to. This is why you have to understand that Malta Europe wasn't Malta Europe until 2004. That's Malta, Montana, sir. All of these maps that we've been looking at are fraudulent. And they're going mad because I know he was going to get off of his mic because he know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about, but if y'all don't, if the goddesses don't mind, I just want to question this disingenuous brother that's on this panel. He was up here earlier pointing the finger at us. Now all of a sudden he want to use us in a different way. Like, brother, you is extremely disingenuous. You was just up here telling us we stupid and uneducated, and like, man, bro, like, first of all, admit you're from the UK. You keep saying you African. You up here like you are African, but you can't produce sentences without saying yeah. Like, I want to go to the bar. We're gonna go down and put some shrimps on the barbie. Yeah. Like, bruh, you is from the UK, bruh. You is extremely disingenuous. You called us unintelligent, and we're sitting here giving you a whole rundown. All you doing is talking about some union or something like that, which means nothing to us over here. And on top of that, you're not in Africa.
And why are you talking about tribalism? Like, if we are, you guys forced us to be. We didn't even know what that was, what it meant. That's the part y'all are not getting. Y'all came here and now are trying to force us into some sort of relationship. You're tethering on now and making your problems our problems. That, I think that's what's happening, right? So it's like, oh, your tribalism, it's going to be a bigger problem for us. Like, none of this would be a problem for us if everybody would stay home. So it's not our problem.
You know what, God is? They use their tribalism against us when we literally use our surnames. Like, we have to get back to that understanding. Our surnames are way more important. That's why it should be illegal for people to come over here and adopt them. Just like Josiah, your last name Thomas. Since when? Like, bro, this is when you realize that we can't ever be reclassified because our names are still being used. This is the reason why Trump shut down the Social Security thing. Like, why was my ancestor's Social Security account still open and she's 190 something years old, but she passed when she was 80? Who's been receiving her money? Oh, that's how y'all open up businesses and, things of sort. Like, this stuff is diabolical, y'all. I dove into this because you know what? We finna be start slinging these notices. It's, you know, Trump been putting a lot of people on notice. It's time to vacate. Get the fuck on. It's literally, because it's a reason why us and our bloodline was meant to run all of this shit. Because we will make sure the rest of the world eat.
And they trying to slick trauma bond with us. Like, what is that? Like,
That's what
I ain't
Pan-Africanism is
never
like.
been, I ain't never been love bombed so hard by a whole nother nation of people. Like, all of a sudden, y'all speak French, talking about we this and we that. No, ain't no we. You know what I mean? Like,
That should
when,
remind me of
when
sinners.
yeah, when did y'all stop roasting us talking about something we don't speak our language? Oh, now y'all done found out that English is older than the shit y'all speaking. So it's just like, man, the trauma bonding, I'm cool on that. You know what I mean? All the running around in the dirt, like y'all feet even tell the story of how long y'all been running around in the dirt. You know what I'm
You
saying?
see this,
BLK Americans, no, have some respect, bro. Have some respect, bro, because I've been sitting here quiet, bro.
Show some
You might as well
respect.
mute up. You might as well mute up if you at work. Like BLK Americans,
this
if
is
you look down
xenophobia.
at our
This is the
feet, bro,
xenophobia we're
bro,
talking
bro,
about.
can you chill, bro? And like BLK Americans, if you look down at our feet, right? The shape of our feet says that we've been wearing shoes for thousands and thousands of years. You guys, like, if you look down at y'all feet, that's why the pads of y'all feet look like Flintstone feet. You know what I'm saying? Because it's been a very, like, look at y'all clothes over there and everything. As I stated earlier, over here in America, I watch it every single day. 53-foot, you know what I'm saying, pickup, 53-foot trucks, rigs. They're loading them down with American products, used American
Used
products.
clothes. Yeah, you're right.
Yes, used clothes, bicycles, appliances and stuff, because y'all do not have stores over there like that. Like, how many Walmarts do y'all got when we could bend each corner and find a Walmart? How many McDonald's
A
y'all
white
got when we
man
could
knows
bend
that.
each?
A white
Yeah,
Well, Layla, I'm gonna drop you down, boo. You can come back around. Just need to rotate.
Okay.
Is
hmm
that okay? Okay, come back up, boo.
After Mag, then I think
Open up the
Fire
wall
wants to go.
to Africa, and they
They're on to white man accomplishments and businesses.
hold on, hold on,
User.
hold on.
Okay, y'all,
That
we
wasn't
not
even
gonna crash
user.
out.
I'm on the
That
User,
wasn't
can you
even.
mute up? User.
Oh,
Let me let
that
me
might
let
be
me
me. Let me
let,
mute.
let me address this
Mo, come on up.
Uncle Royish. Uncle Royish, please, like, read the room, and I'm not jumping onto no so-called white T man's accomplishments. I'm talking about American accomplishments versus what people call Africa.
No,
All I'm
you
saying,
didn't do that though. You're tethering.
bro, I ain't finna argue with you, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
Mag.
done.
Don't even argue with him because he just for a distraction. But go ahead, Fire, and then
Receipt, you gonna mute me
hold
all
on.
day while
I
you on
am
here.
because somebody's going before you, and then you can go after him. Okay. Go ahead, Fire.
Yeah, I want to say because I remember you mentioning something about you didn't start arguing with them like 5 years ago, so it kind of all comes into line. Because I remember when Clubhouse opened. Remember during the C19, you had C19. Everybody was on Clubhouse, so these people was on Clubhouse just talking all type of stuff about. They wasn't trying to unify with us. They were just talking. There was panels of them talking about us left and right. And so I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, because my first time meeting an African, I was 21 years old. This was in 2012, right? I never met it. I'm from Louisiana. I ain't never met no African. It was just blacks and whites where I'm from. And we always went toe to toe with the white people. You know what I'm saying? YT people. Always. And it was like, when I first met him, the dude told me he was from Kenya. He was like, hey, man, it was a black American sponsor that brought me over here. You know what I'm saying? So somebody sponsored him to get
Pan
him,
Africans.
yeah, to get him to the Pan Africans, to get him to the US. He came over here, he joined the military to get his citizenship because he was over here on like a work visa. So then you got when I went on Clubhouse and I used to go up, I'm like, wait a minute, we accomplished and we did all these things. And then you will see the Pan Africanists. Why these people talking about us disrespectfully, talking about us, it was the Pan Africanists taking up for these people. And I'm like, bro, they talking about your family too. We're from the same lineage. They're talking about you too. They didn't care. They was like, we gotta unify, we gotta build up Africa. gotta build up Africa. I'm like, all those people over there and they can't build up their own homeland is crazy.
So that's the crazy part about it, because what homeland? We're
No,
dealing with nomadics.
exactly. Imagine, see, they imagine if we had our 40 acres and a mule, right? Like what they gave, if they really wanted to give us reparations, that's why they didn't want to give it to us, because they knew all these people just coming up out of slavery with
Bro,
all these skills and knowledge of building up from.
let me tell you what the 40 acres and a mule was promised to our bloodline that's in the Northeast, okay, and in California, because they were being annexed and moved out. This is why you don't barely see any land patents in New York, Philadelphia, Ohio, because of the atrocities that our Northeast bloodline was facing at that time. So we already had the land in the Southeast, just like they had the land in the Northeast. But they were promised 40 acres and a mule because they were pushed out.
But see, I think, okay, so you remember at the end of slavery, right? You had the Union Army in the South. The Union Army was protected. We became governors, state representatives. Like we was moving up in power. We was learning multiple languages. Like right after the end of slavery. So then what got me was when the Union Army left, they gave reparations back to those slave owners, right? The YT people. They gave them the reparations. They're called McGee's Finance.
I'm gonna tell you what happened, bro. That's not us. They were given reparations. So the people who they were labeled as black, because think about it, when the emancipation happened, right? When they said that they freed the slaves, right? They said that black people was able to purchase land. The black people that they were speaking of were, in so many words, Jesuits, modern day Africans, right? People who are foreigners.
What?
So,
What are you
yeah,
talking about?
hold on, Unc. I'll explain it. But I do want you to speak because it's your time. But I didn't mean to interrupt your fire. But yes, will you understand the people who were labeled as black, which I have that documentation, these are people who don't have land. They're landless. You guys, black and white, y'all already know does not mean color. The people who were labeled as black were people who were, in so many words, the descendants of people who were exiled, right? Now they started slapping that word black on us later on. When the people from the north, east, was getting pushed out and unalived, which, what was it? The dude, the BLOOD Sultan, was responsible for unaliving over 300,000 Pennsylvanians, bro. Like, they were supposed to automatically have land, period, no matter where they were going. But they got pushed out of the way for foreigners that came up from the Northeast. Excuse me, the modern day Northwest, which Europe and all of that, British Columbia, which was basically, in so many words, this is the reason why Canada gained the rights to the Americas, because Canada is over 88% uninhabitable. You get what I'm saying? So we got hoodwinked by people who ain't got no neck.
Um, I don't know who came up first. It's Real Light or Uncle Ruckus. Well, okay, go ahead, Uncle Ruckus, and then Real Light, and then I'm gonna say something to you, sir, about this African region.
So I want to talk about y'all tethering on the white folks, right? Brother brought up Walmart. We got a Walmart. That's not a we because it's not you shop there. But Walmart is for everybody to shop because that great white man that invented that came up with that business model. He wanted to make profit. He's separate from y'all. He's in his own little, you know what I'm saying? The Waltons and all of them, they doing their own thing and whatnot. They don't consider themselves one of y'all, but you can be their consumer.
Okay, so look, let me tell you something. We could never be their consumer, not to cut you off, right? And we don't tether to them because regardless of what you're saying, right? Every item in Walmart, every item was manufactured by, other people, right? But all the minerals came from here. So regardless of what, right? These people are able to open up businesses through EINs by having the responsible party being someone who has a SSN, which is us. So basically they have built their companies that we have paid for. So regardless of what you're saying, this is our money. This is the reason why they are acting in this 13 family bullshit, because they don't have no lands.
Yeah, but to say that, oh yeah, we got a Walmart now, it ain't we.
Yeah, we
They
do.
own it.
No, the thing is that we are supposed to walk into any motherfucking gas station, Walmart, a car dealership, and get what the fuck we want without paying a debt note, sir.
But it's not your company.
Yeah,
Also,
y'all are the
also you're also
y'all are the real tethers. Y'all the real tethers.
You trying to attack what I said, bro, but you totally out of context. See, what I was saying is this right here. Africa, pretty much the majority of it still looks like a third world country, bro. Deserts everywhere and all of that kind of stuff. Ain't no way. Like basically, user was trying to talk about how it's being built up so much, but then he turned right around and said that they're copying off of what America is doing. So basically, what I was saying was, y'all don't have businesses like on every corner, like how we got a McDonald's on every corner, or how there's a Waffle House every exit, or how there's a Walmart every time you been a block. That's what I was saying.
Owned by
Like,
white
so
folks.
who
Owned by white folks.
cares, bro? That you out of context right
Owned by
now.
white people.
Like you have an issue with white people.
No,
I don't,
no,
bro. Here
no.
you go. You
I
want to
don't have an
argue? Go
issue. I
ahead,
have an
bro.
issue with
Go
you
ahead.
tethering on to them.
Sir, ain't nobody tethering
You
on
have
to them because
why
they're
don't
What
real
does that have to do
Africans.
with
Go
Pan
ahead, fatty.
Africanism, Uncle Marcus? What does that have to do with
if
Pan
if these
Africanism?
white folks take their resources today, y'all in trouble.
What
Because
resources?
y'all ain't built nothing over here.
Sir,
Oh
stop.
my
First of all,
God.
before you Pan African came the fuck over here, we were already built up. You see, what they are responsible for was destroying and reconstructing, meaning that these people have created man-made lakes, dams, and have built golf courses over our mounds and forced to hide our pyramids that we still have today. Have you checked
Stuff in
out
the
what
20th
happened in
century, 21st
Kentucky?
century.
Sir, we
So
are the
Uncle
number one
Marcus,
builders. You can't take that away. Stop lying, okay?
exactly. And whatever
You
we
ate those
don't have,
mounds, but
oh my
that's
God,
another
Uncle
story.
Marcus, we did, honestly. Um, but you saying that it's like as if you don't know that our people built it before, they can do it again. And we do have resources of our own. It's just not publicized as much in the media like it should be. Everybody goes to the mainstream ones instead of going to our people. But if they took their resources away, give us a little bit of time and we will have what we need. Like I'm not understanding why you sound like you're telling to white people to say that we can't achieve success or have a stable economy without them.
I
That's
got a
what you
question. How
basically
is
just
that
said.
any?
Actually had that.
Yeah, it is because y'all go back to the past. Y'all start talking about these mounds and dragons and stuff because that's a
Nobody,
form of
first off,
escape.
that's not even the topic,
That's a form
but
of escapism. That's
it's
a
not
form
a
of
form of
escapism.
I'm so
escaping
confused with you
because
guys. You
you are
say
in denial.
they,
You're bringing up something we're not even talking about, but you know
Uncle
we
but you
will
Marcus,
say they
roast
hide your
you
achievement.
black people are
with the truth.
How is that different from
white.
what they do to Africans?
Now, if you look back during the Jim Crow era, we wasn't even allowed to shop in these places. So we had
I got a question.
structures. Like, what are you
That
talking about?
sounds like Uncle Leroy was trying to throw a shot at me because I don't hear nobody else really talking about that. The Leviathan, and all of that. So watch your mouth, Uncle Leroy, because if
I
you're
got a
trying to throw
question
Assume
shots
for you
that.
at
guys.
me,
You assume
uh,
that. See?
okay,
I got a
because
question.
honestly, you need to cut it out because all this information you already know, and your ancestors are probably getting ready to run your fucking ass down for this stuff that you've been doing.
Well, no, remember his
Well,
ancestors are
And you said
African.
Leviathan
Roma.
is a so you
Or
got
them
Hold
to
on. Can I
understand the
respond to the
Africans.
guy?
Bible.
Because he's
His
The
addressing
Bible
ancestors
is
ain't no fucking
allegorical, Earth
African.
Angel.
Hold
And
on.
I can't
Can I
wait for
address
it to
the
come
No,
guy?
around.
hold on, Earth Angel. The Bible is allegorical. You cannot take a dragon and
I'm not
Leviathan
talking
literally.
about
It's
the
symbolic.
Bible.
Can I
I
That's
address the
when
never
the
talked
guy?
about
Leviathan
the
come
Bible.
from.
The
That's when
Can
the
I
Leviathan is
address the
something that's
guy?
going on right now. This is something that they're looking at. You never heard me talk about it. You just saw me share stuff about
no,
it.
I debunked that. They talk about a dragon in South America and between Antarctica. No, that's the chain of islands and underwater mountains and mountain range and stuff like that.
Okay,
That's
hold
on the
on. We
satellite.
gotta introduce the other person, and then we're gonna open up the panel. User, hold on one second. It's real light.
Peace, greetings.
Peace.
Yeah, Pan African Nism is weird. I don't even know if it's a real thing or if it's just like a term that they use to try to split our thoughts or something. But there's no such thing, bro. And Uncle
Tether
Mo.
talk.
Well, listen, hold on, man. You ain't even letting me get a single thought out. You sound like a real ass bitch. How about that?
Daddy, your daddy,
No,
nigga.
wait, Uncle Records,
No,
no, let him
but you sound
finish
like a real bitch,
uninterrupted. He
though.
did not cut you off.
I didn't disrespect you until just right now.
Tell me out my name, say it in my face, punk.
You cut
I will.
him
Give me your
off,
address.
Uncle Ruckus.
I
You
will.
cut him off.
Drop an
Go ahead,
address.
it's real light. Go ahead.
9332 Barker.
Barker, what?
Oh my goodness.
Come to the
Y'all,
city,
no,
my
you can't
nigga.
say
What
no.
city?
Y'all can't say addresses on here. No. Finish your submission. It's real light.
All right. So look, the reason guys like this is mad is because he don't have
It's real light.
bro. This dude is just disrespectful. And
Just go
I'm not
ahead.
gonna
Just
argue
ignore
with him.
him. Like, just ignore him.
So the reason that these people are mad is because out of everybody in the world, we're the only ones who ain't signed the deal with none of these other dudes. So y'all got deals. Y'all got all these backdoor Diddy deals. All of y'all others got deals. Y'all got corrupt governments and everything. Y'all got deals. All right? Y'all in the Epstein files. Y'all got deals. We the only people don't owe nobody nothing. Right? So here's the issue that y'all got. We, and this delineation thing is a strong, strong claim. Our claim is so strong, in fact, that we got the white tea people that you say that we're tethering to scrambling to re-identify exactly what American is because our claim is so strong. So now they're starting to figure out whose heritage. And let me tell you something else. Before Ellis Island immigrants even got here, America was the #1 country, bro. America was already the richest country in the world, the most powerful country in the world before Ellis Island, bro. Not a single there, not a one of them built this country. So I'm willing to say that, or at least lean on the fact that we've got our heritage Americans. People have been here since the Mayflower. I can't take nothing from them, if that's who you're talking about. But if you're talking about my people and the black people that been, we built this. Before anybody came, before
Did you just say
immigration.
you were proud of being a slave, bro?
I
Like
said I'm
basically that's
proud.
what you're saying
I
before
said I'm proud of every.
1865.
I'm proud of every single one of my ancestors, bro. Every single one of them. I don't care what they went through.
Praise the white
I
people,
don't care
call
if they
them
was
heritage
homeless or
Americans
I don't care if they was
at that
homeless or
time.
addicted to some sort of drug, bro. Or excuse my language. I don't care.
Receipt. Don't even try it, Receipt. Don't even try.
I'm proud of every single one of my ancestors because they persevered long enough to create me. And now that I'm here, I got it. I can redeem the whole bloodline for everybody because I'm on that. I'm about that. I made it. They look, I will do it for them, in memory of them, in honor of them. I'm not gonna trample on their legacy. I'm not gonna fly no other flag. This is us, bro. So if you want to be from another country, you want to represent another country, act tough, and want to fight me over some other country, bro, you're a terrorist, bro. Excuse my language.
What? What is he talking about?
Bro, look, bro,
He's babbling. He's
Y'all,
babbling.
please don't start gang banging. I'm gonna ask y'all nicely. User, please come off tea time. I'd like to hear what you got to say about this.
That is treasonous, bro. Y'all should all be handcuffed. Treasonous. Don't put no other country before America. If you call yourself an American, that you are out of line.
Andrew, he just said he was
You are
proud
out
of
of
white
line.
people for enslaving us,
I don't
basically.
care. I'm American, bro.
And
I don't care about
being
that.
a heritage American.
No, I am American.
Come on.
You are a nobody.
Don't
You don't care
argue
about
with him.
America, bro.
Don't argue with him. He get paid. Pan Africans get
Hold on,
paid.
where's the outrage? Where's the outrage, y'all?
Pan Africans get paid.
I'm starting to believe that because like it's crazy how these people cake so much for a continent that don't care nothing about them.
What are you talking about? I'm caping for foundational African Americans, fam.
Okay.
Bruh, the term African American was what, 1988? My grandmother
Bro.
never called herself
Okay,
no
so
African
let me
American.
break
My
what a
grandfather never called
FAA
himself
is.
an African American.
Can I break that
No,
down what a
bitch, shut
FAA
up.
is?
I'm sick of you. Shut up.
And
Foundational
nobody
African
ever
American.
called themselves African American.
Hey.
So he
Hell, my
asked
grandmother
me a
never even
question.
met an African. My grandmother is 75 years old, never met an African day in her life.
You are the African, brother.
No, we not,
You are
bruh.
Sir, the white tees that you're talking about are the Africans. Stop playing with us, okay?
T are European, right?
Stop.
And we already
Uncle
told
Leroy, we
you
already
we
established this.
we already know
Stop.
that the patents The land patents, the invention patents, and all of that belong to the ancient Americans. Donald Trump already told you and
Hey,
everybody else that there was no
can I
richer
say
time.
something?
No, not right now, not in the middle of my sentence. Like he already told y'all there was no richer time in America that they have seen since the 1800s. In other words, in the 1800s, America was already a rich nation,
The
and its
Europeans were
decline,
rich.
dude, that you don't have any composure. They are working off the trust accounts that were already established. And you can find this information out just by looking at bank WARs, looking at the banks who steal from other banks. Okay, so we already know where the money, the resources, and everything came from, because ain't no way that somebody can come over here in the 1700s rich when they came from countries where they were deported. They were deported from their countries. It's not even like America was their savior, and that's what's been documented, is that America saved all these nations of people by letting them come over here for so-called religious freedom. It's actually ludicrous to believe anything else. Okay, it's too many pictures of America being chocolate before the 1600s.
And their religious freedom is the reason why we have Epstein files today.
Okay, so let me just
Right.
address the panel. I didn't hear most of the conversation. I'm just gonna address the guy was boasting about he has Walmart. Don't you understand that every country has their own version of Walmart? Like the argument you guys use to say you're great is so stupid. You go to China, you're not really. Every country in the UK, we don't have Walmart. We're gonna have our own version owned by their own company. So the example you're using is corporations that are created by people that don't look like you, and you're boasting about companies that don't look like you to say you're superior. That's so stupid.
That's not even what I said. Both of you guys have cognitive
Uncle
dissonance.
Leroy better not
Okay,
report my
But
lie.
so why did you bring
you
Walmart to
have
the
I
cognitive
wish
conversation?
I
dissonance.
stopped
What I
putting that
said
fake
was this:
story out about me.
both of you
Why did you
guys
bring
have
Okay, hold
Walmart?
on,
cognitive
hold up.
dissonance. Both of
Go
you
ahead.
guys have cognitive dissonance. What I'm saying is, do you find those businesses on every corner? Can you just bend a block and find it? Bend another block and find it? No, you can't, because those
That's what
nations,
I'm saying. It's a
excuse me, sir,
continent. It
excuse me,
depends. If
sir,
you live in
excuse me,
Kenya, for
sir,
example,
excuse me, sir. What I'm saying is those nations are nowhere near wealthy as America. Period. And America has more BLK millionaires than any other country in the world.
Yeah,
Period.
but then on top of that,
1.7
right?
million.
Hold up,
Nigeria
hold up,
got
hold up.
1.7
billionaires.
Okay,
million
hold up,
Let's
hold up,
look
hold
up.
up. Hey, and then to add to that,
millionaires.
my bad,
okay. So
sis.
you're
Well, hold
that's
on,
the
user,
same.
because you keep mentioning China, right? China just started to gain wealth in the 1980s. Every country outside of America, we cannot forget, had to come to America to build their wealth.
Fuck
This is the
Democrats, you
same
fucking
people,
bitch.
same people.
Fuck Democrats.
Oh my God, go on
Fuck
somewhere.
Democrats.
Get the
We're
fuck on.
not Democrats.
Don't worry
We're
about
not
him.
Democrats. So
TikTok
now
is
what,
finished on as well.
dumbass? Go ahead.
Basically, every country had to come to America to build their wealth, just like how they built Dubai. There's more money in Harlem than there is in Dubai. There's more money in Brooklyn. There's more money in every city in America than it. Matter of fact, it's more water in Brooklyn or New York, period, than it is in a whole entire continent of Africa.
Man, what you just say, lady? Is you retarded?
You're talking
Hold on,
rubbish.
sir. Don't use that
Let
term.
me. All right. Let
TikTok
me
is for.
address. Let
Hold
me
on, user.
address.
Hold on, user.
I ain't mean to use that term. I take that back. I ain't
Hold
mean to
on.
say that term.
It's
I'm
okay.
sorry. I'm
Hold
sorry.
on. I'm going to put out a disclaimer. TikTok is for entertainment, educational purposes only. No hate speech, bullying, harassment. Can y'all continue to tap the screen, get y'all daily heart me, show some love to the host. She's letting us talk freely. Okay. So, what do you mean, sir, by I'm trying to figure out what's
You
going on.
just you just said that a specific city in the state has more water than
Yes. Fresh
a
water.
continent. Hold on, listen. Than a continent that
She's
has the
talking
most
rubbish.
natural resources.
No, they
I don't.
don't.
Fresh water.
You know
So let me
they
ask you
don't
something.
have. Listen, Africa has more fresh water than y'all can imagine. They just
Okay.
don't tell y'all where the fresh water is.
Really? Okay.
Yes, we're talking about a continent.
Hold on, sir. You have to pull up a proof of that because it's only
No, you.
670.
But you
So
mean the
I'm
claim
glad you
you
said
stop,
you
have the
have
stop,
proof.
claim.
user, stop. Hold on. If you're trying to understand what I'm saying, please do not make me pull up these receipts because I will. Until you can
Please do.
prove a receipt, user, stop.
Just
Pull up
never
a
pull up
receipt.
receipts. I got a receipt right
Here you
here.
go.
I'm still talking.
So I got questions. So when you
Can,
say that you in your mind think that a
no,
place, a
sir.
small
Let's
city got
let's let's
more.
just let's just slow down because I do want you to talk, right? I do want you to talk. I don't talk about what I think, feel, or believe. Okay? The only thing that comes out of my mouth is pure facts. So you could go ahead and finish asking your question because all you got to do is ask me to pull it up because I definitely will.
What I'm trying to explain is that's like literally impossible for one city in America to have more
No,
water
bro,
than
it's
the
blowing
most.
your mind, but it's
Hold
not
on,
impossible.
wait.
She
Let
got
me
facts
talk, bro.
for you, bro, but don't
So I'm
argue
shut
it.
up again.
Y'all let him talk though. You know what I'm saying? Allow him to get his full submission out regardless. And then we respond, you know. Uncle Ray, what are you doing?
So look, check this out. So somebody said, "Oh, we got all these millionaires, but how many billionaires do you got over here compared to Nigerian billionaires?" I was at Aliko Dangote. He got 23 billion, bro.
Aliko Dangote.
Yeah, 23 billion. Mike Adenuga,
And Onuga.
he has 6.8
Okay.
billion.
Quick question, Uncle Ruckus.
But
Adebayo
let's go
What's
back
the
to the
total
hold
Ogunlesi.
on.
number? What's the total
Let's go
number
back to the
of
water.
African billionaires? What's the total number?
You said
Bro,
what?
About 20.
Huh?
Y'all have 20 on the entire continent. And when I
But it's
No,
looked
no,
up,
they
fastest.
don't. No, they don't. No, they don't. How many African, specifically African billionaires are there?
We can go
Hold on.
through. I can pull up
Let me
another
pull them
list
up.
for that
Give me a second.
because I'm just showing Nigeria.
Because
I'm just
I've
showing
seen the list.
Nigerian.
I've seen the list, and Nigeria only has a couple. The rest of those 20-something billionaires are Black Americans.
What are you talking
when,
about? Billionaires in
No.
Africa?
No,
hey,
no,
when I
no,
looked
no, no,
up,
no.
Zimbabwe has
I'm
some.
saying you
Hold
said
on.
how many
Zimbabwe has
billionaires do
some.
we have? I'm
They're
letting you
all over.
know
They're all over
we have
Africa.
more billionaires than Africa. That's all I'm saying.
No, you don't.
the
Yeah,
entire
but
continent
I can
only
read you.
has
I
about
can read you the
Aliko,
100
list
look.
right
and
now. Y'all
hold
want
on,
me to
the
read off the
entire
list? I can read
Aliko
off the
has
list.
What?
23
Yes,
I'll
he
read off the
billion.
do.
list
Hold
right
on.
now.
the
So,
I
entire
just checked
continent
Forbes.
only has about 120,000 millionaires compared to 1.7 million black millionaires in the US.
we don't have
But
I
no
what
can
one.
about
We
pull the
don't
list.
have
We
Yes,
many
have
we
over
do.
billionaires,
20
millionaires,
Sorry,
bro.
Trey.
1.7.
Stop
Look it up.
lying.
We have
We don't
over
Look
have
it
20
that
up.
many millionaires, no black millionaires in America, bro.
Look it
Stop
up.
lying. We don't
Okay,
have
1.7.
that
so I'm
many.
about to read
It's
it.
not
I'm
that
about to read
many.
it off. Just mute for 1 second.
show
I'm about
black
to read it off.
American billionaires with
I'm
23
about to show it
billion.
right now. Just mute, please. Thank you. Okay, so okay, all right. So, like I said, from the list, the first at the top is a Jamaican. A Jamaican. Next, we got LeBron James. I shouldn't have to tell you where LeBron James is from. You should already know that. Then here we have an African. Right here, we have an African.
So that's the
Then we
first
have Tiger
African.
He has.
Woods, American. I'm not done. Tiger Woods is an American. Rihanna is from the islands. This person is an African, so we got 2 Africans now. 2. Let's keep going. Oh, wait, we can't skip Tyler Perry, American. Magic Johnson,
Definitely.
American.
Yeah.
Here's the
Yeah.
3rd African. So 3 Africans. Okay.
4,
4
5,
Africans. 5 Africans. The ones you were showing, right? Uncle Ruckus. Then we have Jay-Z. Then we have
6
I think it's
African.
African. 6 African. Yeah. Then we have Oprah Winfrey. Then we have Michael Jordan. Then we have, here's number 7 for the Africans.
Another African.
Here's number
No,
8
but
for the
another
Africans.
African.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Then we have Black American. Black American. Here's number 9 for the Africans. Black American. I gotta find the list that's a little longer than this because it's missing a couple people off of
So
this.
pretty
But
much
like I said,
Can
equal.
y'all are
you
still
pull up
below
how
us.
many millionaires, how many black American millionaires are in the United States?
It's not that many
Can we
compared to
hold on?
everybody,
It's
Can
all
we
the
she's
other
showing.
millionaires.
That's what she's
Right
showing.
now,
She's
it's
showing
showing
billionaire.
1.5 to
We
2
showing
million.
can we
billionaires,
go
bruh.
back to the
We
No, no,
showing
water
no.
thing?
I
What
know
billionaires.
she
billion.
said.
I know billionaire, but I want to compare the
Can we go back
millionaires
to the water
to
thing
the
she said,
entire
which was
continent of
It's not
important?
Africa.
really. It's
What
not
are you
really
Bro,
no
talking
why?
point in
about?
trying to.
What's the
Y'all don't
water
sound
Okay,
trying to
thing?
so like
Because
I
it's
said, there
what I'm saying.
are
compete.
almost 2 million
Type in.
millionaires,
There you go.
Black millionaires in America.
Black American millionaires
Yeah,
in the U.S.
yeah, but
Somebody said that number was
Dangote got
false.
23. Dangote got 23
that
billion
number
alone.
is
You know how
false
many
as
millions
hell.
within that? Within that
Sir,
23
Now let's
billion?
look
this
up.
is
I
for
want you
Black
to look up
Americans.
how
I was
many.
specific, Black Americans.
Look up how
Now, if I
many
put in
millionaires are
African,
on the continent of Africa right now. How many
Half of the
millionaires
list she
on the
just read
continent?
was
It's
Africans,
only like
bro. Half
120,000
of the list she just read was
Hey, hold
Africans
that
on.
wasn't the
in
whole list,
America.
but
I
I'll
got a
go
on
down
the
question.
to the
whole
other list.
continent.
Wait a second.
Do we all know that Africa is the
There we
most
go.
has the
See, I'm
most when
not
it comes to
holding you
natural
hostage.
resources, right?
I
We
was
do
just
know that.
playing.
Somebody
I'm
said
not
that's
Hold
holding you
one
on, hold
person.
on,
I
hold
hostage.
on,
got
hold
a
on. This
few
is
I
the
love
continent of
quadrillionaires.
Africa. She pulling it up.
Can you do the water
Out of
thing
2
now?
point something billion people, y'all only got
There's not
They
2.5.
have
Can you put the water?
22K, like millionaires.
That's not the truth,
Can
bro.
you
how
Better
put
you
the
many
ain't just
how
be
water
many
talking.
thing?
millions in a
Fucking
billion,
God, bro. This is
sir?
crazy work.
Can you put the
I'm
water
Bro,
scared of
that's
thing?
how many
y'all.
people on that continent that are
Fire
millionaires.
black. How
Fire,
many
fire, fire,
millions in a billion?
fire. You really believe that a half a continent got more than a continent? We talking about Africa, bro.
Sir,
It
What?
has the most natural resources out
That's
of the
sir.
the
whole
entire
world.
No, it does
continent of
not. Oh
Yes,
my
it
Africa.
gosh,
do.
I hate when y'all.
Yes, it
You know
do.
what? Let's nip this in the
It
bud right now. I'm
has the
sick of
most
y'all
natural
y'all
resources in the
delusion.
world, bro.
Hold
What are you
on, nope,
talking
nope,
about?
nope. We're about to nip this in the
Don't
bud and
worry.
shut
You
it
don't have to
down.
We
nip
gonna
nothing
get
in the
them.
butt. It been
Yes,
proven
we are.
already.
Yes, we
Having
Y'all can
are.
put somebody
resources
else on
and
the big
money
train while
equals
You can't
currency,
put
bro.
We
nobody.
know what the white man told you. We know.
Yeah,
You
we
can
about to
stop
nip this in the
hollering
bud.
over my co-host. We know what the white man told you. We're well aware.
Okay,
But we're going to
so
show you what's
hold on.
real.
Let me go back to the water thing. Oh, who would have thought? Now let me put the stats for the water. America has 3,000 cubic. Right? Let me put back for the water for Africa now. You guys just talk shit and you never
Bro, you
research
just focusing
anything
on
at
the
all.
water. I'm focusing on the money, bro.
Hold on. Because
Y'all
you
Bro,
can't
talk
let's
that
stick
shit
to
Africa
about
white
don't have the
man.
everything.
most water. What? Look, we're gonna nip this in the bud today.
We told you. You guys
Y'all
believe
literally think,
everything white is
bro,
telling
this
you,
shit
bro.
crazy.
You guys believe everything. Now let me show you for Africa.
So y'all think another place in the world got more gold than Africa? Y'all think
Hold
another
on.
place in the
Now
world got more diamonds than
And
Africa?
that's
This is the
okay,
thing.
can you
Nika.
back
More
Let
up?
them
oil
compare
got
them.
more
They don't
diamonds than
own
Nika,
Africa,
those
bro.
we
Y'all
still
resources.
shitting on
crazy.
them. In the
They don't
competition
own
that
those
we didn't know we
resources.
was in, we was still
Hey,
shitting on them.
North America
One
is really,
ethnic
really
group is
the
shitting on an
richest.
entire continent.
Can you put
And
That's
that's
not.
a
can you put
fact.
No, we're
put me back
not.
in my screen?
What
Exactly.
you mean? We
Exactly.
don't control no natural resources over here. The government run you. You don't
He's
run
not
nothing
even
over
trying to
here.
shit on y'all.
You are a government. We
I'm
government
telling you,
pets.
bro, these Pan Africanists is paid, bro. Listen to this dude, man.
No,
Nah,
you
they
That's
just
don't.
why.
know
But
the
That's
that
why he won't
truth.
you
let
don't
nobody
run
really
no
tell us
natural
to go down. He'll
resources
tell us
over here,
They
no.
bro.
just know the truth.
The Africans
Natural
still
resources
run
do
some
we
of that
This
control
shit.
in
Leroy
America?
always bring his
They got their
daggone
gold.
henchmen with him, but I know one thing: I better not get one strike, or I'm gonna block you, cousin or
Block who?
Why,
not.
why are you making these false accusations against me when folks start debunking y'all and then y'all start talking about, oh, he made a strike against me?
I
Why do
didn't
you do
debunk
that?
nothing.
I'm just
I'm gonna
saying,
let
pull
y'all
up, pull
What
up.
go,
have
and then
Let
y'all
we
me
can
see
talk
this
about
debunked
shit.
how
yet,
y'all
Let me see
bro?
the
roll.
Y'all
stuff y'all
haven't
finna
Okay.
pull
debunked
up. Cause
anything.
No,
what
I just
Earth
country
need
y'all
y'all
got
to
say
all
got
hurry
that
up
more
and
too.
natural
go so we can
resources
show
than
y'all how
Africa?
y'all roll.
Let's point out where Earth said. Earth is
The
doing this
Americas
and
actually has
smearing
got
my
way more
name.
resources than all of that. Y'all
America's
don't know
half a
about the American
continent. It
gold
don't
rush?
have no more resources. Stop lying, bro. It's
Yes,
half
it
a
Earth, you
does,
continent.
should
bro.
Earth, you
Yes, it
should
America
does.
can fit
apologize
You
to
ain't
in
heard the
me because
gold
I
Africa.
rush?
Why
never
you
reported
You
lying?
a
ain't heard the
lie.
gold rush, bro?
Why you
You
lying,
ain't heard the
real?
gold rush? You ain't heard the
Why
gold
you?
rush?
And they
They
White
just found.
folks
got
They
all
own
the.
just.
that
Ain't nobody
gold.
Listen,
smearing your name.
Yes,
know
you
what they
are,
just found
Earth.
in Nevada, bro? They just found
You
the
smear your own
largest
name.
lithium. They just found the largest lithium
Apologize, I
deposit
never
in
reported your
Nevada,
live,
bro.
please.
I don't believe it.
Hold on.
It's
I
gold
don't know
over
why
here,
you do me
but it ain't
like
more
that.
gold. It ain't more gold over here than it is in Africa. Ain't more
Bro,
diamonds.
the
All
land of gold,
everything
the
is in
city of
Africa.
gold. This is what they were looking for when they came on them boats, bro. That's why they came over here, because it was so much over here.
And
Bro,
they
are
took
you
it all. Look,
crazy?
look, and they took it
No, they
all. It
did,
don't.
man.
It.
No,
They
no.
took it
Look,
all.
look.
It
Okay, like
reproduced
the
in
oil that
Africa,
we
bro.
use, the oil
Why
that
you
we use,
so
we got just as
angry?
much.
Cause you.
We
Why y'all
got
so
just
mad
as
about
much
facts that
oil.
been presented for over 30
How
years
you
ago?
don't? Why you
Why
don't know how
y'all
to shut the
arguing
fuck
it?
up?
Because you
How
don't
come you don't know how to be
consider the
quiet and
source.
listen?
You haven't considered your source. We know
I
everything
Can
that
you
you're
don't.
guys
telling
This.
hold
us.
on?
Hold on. Don't talk
Can you
over the
put me?
host, please. I'm like, come on. We know what you were taught, right? We understand what you learn in school and what common knowledge is. We get it. But if you haven't learned anything over the last week, you need to accept the fact that everything that you have ever been taught was a freaking lie. We're here to set the record straight. Now, understand you're emotionally attached to these lies, right? And this history and these stats and all of this geography that they gave you. You're attached to it emotionally. Clearly, you are.
Not common. That's not common knowledge. What you considering common knowledge?
No, what you're talking about is
That's
what
not
I'm
common
considering.
knowledge. That's not
Yes,
common
it
knowledge.
is, sir.
No, it's not. That's a fact. That already been proven before y'all
So
was
wouldn't
born.
that be common knowledge?
It was proven before all y'all was born, and no, it's not because it's not taught in school. They don't teach that in school.
I love the way
Brother
you
Raheem,
guys
have
don't
you ever heard of
know
El
about
Dorado? You ever heard the story of El Dorado?
Yes, yes. What does
have you
they
ever heard?
didn't? Is the city of gold and it's city of gold in
So
Africa as
hold
well
on,
that you don't know about?
Send your heart me in, y'all. Thank
Hold
you.
on, bro.
why they
Look,
went
look.
to Africa in the first place.
It'll take me 30 seconds to get my point out, bro. Look. You say when you say the resources in Africa and all that stuff, bro. Black Americans ain't taking no resources from Africa. Of course, we got enough
And nobody
resources on
said
this
they
land
are.
right here. That's why we stay here. That's why we fight for it. That's why y'all want to come here, bro. Listen, the thing about it is, we have the fresh water, bro. The agriculture here, bro. Y'all don't have it, bro. When you talk about resources, we can live here. Y'all can't live there, bro.
You like watermelon?
What black
You
companies
watermelon
control the
real?
I'm about to
resources?
show
Hey,
them.
real? You
I'm
eat
about to show them
watermelon?
so we can
It's
shut
not
this down.
indigenous here,
Show
bro.
us.
Okay, so I'm about to show y'all. So we're gonna start with the fresh water. So Brazil holds the largest share of the world's
But you're
renewable
talking
freshwater
countries. You said
resources. Hold on.
countries.
We're going by countries. Now here's a
User,
list.
wait.
Yeah, here's a list that they gave. I need to turn my screen up.
I'm gonna put you next,
Okay,
user.
there we
Just
go.
hold on.
So here's a list. So at the top of the list is Brazil. Second for fresh water in the world is Russia. Third is Canada. Fourth is the United States. Canada and the United States are on the same continent. Combined and separate, they have more fresh water than the entire continent of Africa.
No, they don't.
Fourth, hold on, fifth,
Man,
my
y'all
bad. We
reading
have
from white
China.
people.
Don't interrupt, Raheem. I'm on, sir. Hold on.
What's wrong with y'all?
Fifth is China. Sixth is Indonesia. Seventh is Colombia, yet again, in the Americas. Africa is not on this list of top 10 countries for the most fresh water in the world. Let's go to the next
Africa, a
resource level, which is
continent.
per
It's not a
capita.
country.
Hold
It's a
on.
continent.
There you
Hold
go.
on. I know it's a
You correct
continent.
me.
We
You
know
can tell us I'm
that.
lying.
And out of that
Wait, why
continent,
do we
there's
do
not
continent to
one
continent?
country in the entire continent that has
Do
more fresh water
continent
than the
to
United States
continent.
alone.
Stop it,
That's
user.
because they
When you
lied to you
include the
about
rest of the
Africa. Why
Now
y'all
you
Americas,
not being
crashing
honest and
out.
say they lied
Brazil
about
alone,
Africa, bro?
Brazil by itself has more water,
Why
fresh water,
don't
than every continent in Africa. I mean, every
Y'all
country
not
in
gonna be
Africa.
honest and say they
why
lied about
don't
Africa. Nobody
Sir,
gonna be honest on here.
let's move on.
Okay.
Let's
Hush.
move on.
This is
So when it comes to
propaganda.
gold, okay, we're on Investopedia for a second. When it comes to the natural resources, minerals, all the mining and stuff, all the natural resources, oil, gas, minerals, timber, everything you could think of, right? That makes a country worth something. Russia is number one for natural resources in the entire world. And guess who's number two? The United States. The United States has the second most resources in the entire world.
That's the
Third
land,
is
not the
Hey.
corporation.
Thank you, Dr.
America,
Angel.
land.
aka
It has
America. That is a corporation.
exactly, and
So
it
that is a
lists
land
everything that
mass.
it has. It also lists everything that it has. A short list, mind you, not even the full list, just a short list where it has copper, gold, oil, natural gases, lead. I don't even know how to pronounce this word.
So,
Phosphates, rare earth elements, uranium, bauxite,
so they're going
iron,
by stuff
mercury,
that's
nickel,
being mined,
potash.
right?
Don't interrupt me. Potash,
Exactly.
silver,
Not.
tungsten,
You
zinc,
see what she
petroleum,
did?
natural gas, timber, and arable land. Okay, third, Saudi Arabia. Fourth is Canada. Still in North America. Canada. Fifth is Iran. Sixth is China. Seventh is Brazil. Yet again, the Americas. Australia is number 8. 9 is Iraq. 10, yet again, the Americas, Central America, which is Venezuela. So yet again, you all are not on the list, but you all keep telling us
Hold on. Let me
Africa
pull up
is
my
the
source.
motherland.
Let me pull up my
Hold on.
source.
Hold on. I'm
One
almost
second.
done. I'm almost done. This is the last one here. So we went to gold.org, the World Gold Council, right? To find out who has the largest gold deposits. Because, I like to be fair. If I went to Google, right? Google sometimes is 100% honest and sometimes they're biased. Google says the United States combined has the largest reserve of gold in the world. They're number one for the largest reserve of gold. But I like to be honest. Some of that reserve comes from other countries. They hold it and store it for other countries. So let's see, when it comes to mining gold, who's at the top of the list. At the top of the list is China. Second is Russia. Third is Australia. Fourth and fifth is Canada and the United States. Then there's Ghana. This is the first time Africa appears. Here's Ghana.
Nowhere.
Then there's Mexico, Indonesia, Peru, and Uzbekistan. So I'm just trying to figure out where you all got this notion
Can you
that
let me read my
Africa is the
sourse?
Now,
motherland.
can we talk? I'm
Hold
glad you
on,
said
Uncle
that.
Ruckus.
All right,
got a
one
I'm
source.
almost
second.
done. Stop cutting me off. I'm the co-host. I'm trying to
One
figure out where
second.
y'all got this notion that Africa is the motherland, because that was yet again a lie made by white
That's
people
not a
who
lie, bro. That's
displaced.
not a lie
Let
made
me
by white
finish.
people.
Definitely a lie.
Let me finish.
Now, why do I have
It
to
is a
mute
lie
you?
display. It is a
Saying lies. That's not
Hold
coming from white
sir.
people.
on.
Let
You're
me
coming.
finish.
Your
You don't
turn is
have to
No,
agree
coming.
you
with
Acting
what
like a
I'm
but she
woman.
saying,
keep
but don't be
lying.
disrespectful
Relax,
and
and then
let
I
me
got a new
finish.
guest that I want to get to. So please
Yeah.
stop, y'all. Hold
Can
on.
She
y'all put me
lying
on
all
the
the time, though.
All right, Libra, you're
Can
next.
you put
After
me on the
I
big
bring my
Yeah,
screen?
guest
y'all, I'm about to put
in.
y'all on the big
Hold
screen.
My
Let
on.
me finish.
God.
I'm landing. Like, I'm the
This is
co-host.
insane. Stop,
Really.
y'all.
Angel, I've been waiting for a long time.
All
Come on,
right,
Like,
let
you're
me
Raheem,
address
if
next.
it.
you don't want to wait your turn to talk, you could just drop yourself.
I'm just
Because
saying,
I was
stop saying
talking. I
that's
didn't
white. Stop
interrupt
saying that's
you.
a white. That's
It is. I said what I said. So, like I was
All right,
white
saying,
cool.
man info.
you don't
What is
have
wrong
to
with y'all?
agree,
Reading white
but
people info.
stop disrespecting me by cutting me
Disrespect
off.
you.
You are by
You're going
cutting
to
me
get
off. I was
dropped.
Stop
not
lying.
done
All
talking.
right, they're
Let
going
me
to
help
drop
you
you.
out.
Stop lying.
They're going
I'm
to
gonna
drop
just
you.
help you out so you
The
can crash
second
out from the
they...
comments.
No,
And when you
stop it.
gather
All
yourself
right,
together, you can come back up. So, like
let
I
me
was
address
saying,
Fadi.
uninterrupted. Usually, you're gonna get in 1 second. Uninterrupted.
I have to go
The
back to work. That's
notion
why I'm kind
that
of rushing.
Africa is the motherland came from YT people in the 1800s, by the way. They never said nothing about life started in Africa until they were solidifying their claim on the lands here by displacing the Aboriginal people here, the Aboriginal people in other places across the globe. That's when they said, because everywhere they went, they found black people who was the first people of those lands. And to displace them from those lands so they can invade those lands and keep the rights and claim to the land, take all the resources from the land, is by saying everywhere they find people who's black, you didn't come from there. You originally came from Africa. This is why you find white people all throughout Australia, all throughout the
Fadi,
Americas,
can I address the
all
thing? I have
throughout
to go.
everywhere except where they should be.
Okay, Fadi, let me address the point, right?
All right, let him
The issue
respond, y'all.
is, you are showing countries that are able to export themselves, that can mine, they have the technology to mine those resources. You're not showing the actual resources itself. What you can
I
mine.
literally listed the resources. I
No,
listed the
no.
resources
Let me
found
finish.
in
Fadi, let me listen.
America.
You can't let me. You
Yeah,
have to
let
let
him
me talk.
finish.
Right? You're showing countries that are able to refine their own of resources. You're not showing countries that have the actual thing by numbers. Look what he's saying. Africa is rightly considered 30% of all the minerals in the world come from Africa. The issue is they don't are able to do it themselves. So it's the West companies that come to Africa, export the gold, and bring it back to the West. So, for example, France mines more than a lot of countries, but they don't have gold themselves. What they do, the West do, they go to different countries, they take the resources and export it back home, and they hold it. That's it. You're just showing us examples of colonization, nothing else. You haven't shown. When we talk about resources, we're not talking about them able to produce it themselves. We're talking about is in actual land, is in the ground. Africa, in terms of resources, water, it has everything. It's just at the moment they can't produce most of the stuff themselves. They don't have the refinery
Sir, can you
technology.
show proof of that, sir?
Well, it's okay.
Yes, I
It's
can.
Please
okay.
show us proof.
It's
How you got
okay.
fresh water, but you don't know how to use it, bro? That don't even
Can y'all
make
put me on
sense.
the big screen?
All right, let Leroy respond. Received, you got it. Go ahead,
Okay, there you
Leroy, so
go.
you can stop
Okay,
hollering over each other.
I want to
Go
read
ahead.
this. Africa is widely considered the most resource-rich continent, holding approximately 30% of the world's mineral reserves, 40% of its gold, and up to 90% of its chromium and platinum. It also possesses significant shares of global oil, 12%, and natural gas, 8% reserves, along with 65% of the world's arable land.
Yeah, oxygen
65%.
too.
Yep.
Yeah,
65%.
oxygen.
65% of the world's arable land, the land y'all say, oh, you can't drink water on and all that.
You can't farm.
65%.
The issue is they don't have the technology, know how to do it themselves at the moment.
That's cat.
That's
So
why
whose
African
fault is
And you
that
can't
that you
breathe
guys
without
don't
Africa.
have the technology and the know-how to do it
They
themselves when
don't
y'all
have
are
it, bro.
2.5 billion people?
Yeah,
they
but you
start
don't
from
have the
This
Africa.
out of
technology.
Bro.
The
all
white
those
They
man,
lied
people,
to you.
This what doesn't make sense to
the
me,
white man
user.
owns the
This
technology
is
that does it, not
There you
you.
go.
This is what don't make sense to me, user, is when y'all say stuff like that, but then y'all tell us that we came from y'all when our people was the one who invented all this, the plumbing system, all that stuff. We invented that. Why is
facts.
it y'all weren't
It
capable
was a
of doing
plumbing
the
system in
same
Africa.
thing?
It's plumbing systems in Africa
So
before
I
we
catch
came
y'all
over
Cool,
here.
using.
okay,
It's
but that
ancient
came from
ones.
America. That
No,
was
it's
not
ancient
natural to
ones.
Africa. They
Yo,
did not
Raheem.
have a plumbing system
Raheem, what
until
what year
it
was
was
what year was
created in
Africa
America
considered
and
a
brought to
continent?
Africa.
Africa is supposed to have been there for thousands of years, and you're telling us that you don't have the means to do the mining and stuff. You act like it just was there
I'm
for
glad you
everybody
said
else.
that,
Like
but
everybody else
they
didn't
didn't
just
look at
develop
gold
that.
how we look at gold.
Can I
You gotta
speak? Can I
understand it.
speak?
How you
Can
look
I
at gold,
speak?
they didn't look at gold like that.
Can I speak?
I don't gotta understand.
Can I speak? All right. 1 billion of gold has been shipped from New York to South Africa. Okay, we're gonna keep going. Because I want y'all to understand when we look up this stuff, you have to understand what producer means, export, things of sort. Okay? We ain't gonna go there today. But let me show you this because this is about to be some groundbreaking stuff. I don't know why people keep not understanding what the fuck is really going on, right? So now you will see this. Johannesburg, a city in South Africa, right? You have to understand when did South Africa become South Africa because last time I checked, it's Johannesburg, California. You see how they say census designated area? This is very important for people to know what census designated area is. You can also screenshot, Google Lens, whatever you need to do. Now, Johannesburg, California, gold mining, all up and through it. This is Wikipedia, which I don't like Wikipedia. I got other resources. So bear with me. Okay. So when you understand the 7 cities of gold that I just pulled up, okay, you have to understand where the gold deposits are. Now, as I keep going on, I have to show you something. So, what country is the richest in gold? We are. Peep game.
Reserve, not actual in the soil.
Just let me finish, sir. That's not all I
Reserve.
have. Stop. My name is Receipt for a reason, okay? Hold on. Now, when I say these things, you have to understand what's really going on in this world, right? So, we're not going to go there today. But yeah, they stole shit.